Welcome to Question and Answer on Poem, Trees by Joyce Kilmer. Let's learn with MG through stories, poems, and a touch of learning magic. Question 1. Who does the tree look at all day? A. It looks at another tree. B. It looks at the rain. C. It looks at God. D. It looks at a nest of robins. The correct answer is C. It looks at God. Question 2. Which descriptive word in the poem connects the tree and a poem? A. Sweet. B. Fool. C. Hungry. D. Lovely. The correct answer is D. Lovely. Question 3. In which season do robins frequent trees? A. In the monsoon. B. In the summer. C. In the winter. D. In the autumn. The correct answer is B. In the summer. Question 4. What does the mouth of the tree derive from the earth? A. Nourishment. B. Punishment. C. Encouragement. D. Achievement. The correct answer is A. Nourishment. Let's answer some true or false questions. The poet shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree. The answer is true. Poems are not made by fools like the poet. The answer is false. Only God can make a tree. The answer is true. The tree does like rain. The answer is false. The tree looks at God all day. The answer is true. Match the following. A tree presses her mouth against the earth. A tree wears a nest of robins. A tree looks at God all day. A tree lifts her leafy arms to pray. Let's complete the sentences. The poet says that the tree faces the weather bravely because it bears the blank. The correct answer is snow and rain. The fact that the tree has human qualities is observed because the tree has a blank. The correct answer is hungry mouth. The making of a tree is beyond the ability of man because the poet confesses that blank. The correct answer is only God can make a tree. Trees are important to the earth blank. The correct answer is because they provide oxygen, shelter, food, and help maintain the balance of nature. Now, let's look at some short answers. Who wrote the poem Trees? The poem Trees was written by the poet Joyce Kilmer. What is the poem compared to in the first two lines? The poet compares a poem to a tree, saying that a poem can never be as lovely as a tree. What are the leafy arms of the tree? The leafy arms are the tree's branches with their leaves. What does the tree do with its leafy arms? The tree lifts its branches, which the poet calls leafy arms, up towards the sky, as if it is praying to God. Why does the poet say tree has a hungry mouth? The poet says that tree has a hungry mouth because the roots of tree are continuously absorbing water and other nutrients from the soil to grow. What lives in the tree's hair during summer? A nest of robins can be found in the tree's branches, which the poet refers to as the tree's hair. What happens to trees during summer? During summer, robins make their nests on the branches of the tree. According to the poet, where does snow fall? According to the poet, snow falls on the bottom of the leaves of trees. Twice in the poem, the poet compares the poems and the trees. Explain. The poet compares the poem and trees to highlight their beauty and depth. He says that just as a poem is crafted with care and thought, a tree is a masterpiece of nature. How does the poet describe a tree? According to the poet, the tree is lovelier than a poem. Its roots are firmly planted in the soil. It looks at God all day and prays with its leafy arms. What is the main message of the poem? The main message is that nature, created by God, has a unique and majestic beauty that human art can never truly match. What does the poet call themselves in the poem? They call themselves a fool for thinking humans cannot create something as beautiful as a tree. Why does the poet call themselves a fool? Why is God special? The poet calls themselves a fool because they cannot make beautiful things like a tree. Only God can make it. What are the different parts of the human body that the poet mentions in the poem? What do you think the poet is trying to tell us about trees by mentioning parts of the human body? The poet personifies the tree by mentioning that it has a mouth, arms, hair, and chest. The poet is trying to tell us that trees are also living things like us. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Remember to review the material again to strengthen your learning. Keep growing and keep learning.